back. Worldwide IT spending is on all set to decline about 5% in 2009, according to IT research and advisory firm Gartner. However, the IT industry is exiting its worst year ever, with the IT sector really returning to growth in 2010. IT spending is forecasted to be a total of $3.3 trillion in 2010. That's a 3% increase from the current year. Diptarup, Principal Research Analyst at Gartner, joins us on the line from Mumbai to really analyze the situation and how things may look different in the coming year. Diptarup, great to have you on the show. Thanks very much. What's your sense? I mean, you're looking at a 3% growth or improvement in IT spending in 2010. How much of that do you think would come down to the Asia-Pacific region?
Well, Asia Pacific, if you just look at some comparisons, globally we are looking at 3.3% growth. And if you just look at the IT services, which the Indian companies would be interested in, we are at constant dollar terms globally. We are predicting a 2.8% growth year on year in 2010, whereas in Asia Pacific, IT services alone is expected to grow by 9.3%, almost 3 times the growth rate, which indicates that Asia Pacific will definitely be a growth driver, and Indian companies should look at it. More interestingly, if I just go back into the figures, deeper into the figures, Indian IT services companies Indian IT service market will grow by almost 19% on constant dollar terms in 2010 over 2009. So definitely lot of action happening in the APAC and the Indian market.
Where do you see most of the investments coming in from, in terms of which verticals would perhaps enhance spending? Which geographies and segments would see the maximum amount of contribution from that buoyant spending that's likely to come in next year?
See, if you're looking at, there are 2 questions in your part. One is contribution and is growth. If you look at growth, obviously emerging geographies like Asia Pacific will contribute more to the growth. In terms of contribution, the US market obviously will be a larger contributor. And the verticals that you spoke about, since the banking, retail, manufacturing was very badly affected in 2008 and 9, this will also lead the recovery. So we also feel that these will be the verticals which will start opening their purse strings and start investing in IT.
Diptarup, hi, Neeraj also joining in. What's your sense on the trends as far as the outsourcing side of the story goes? Is that slowing down for Indian companies, you think, or that is pretty much given?
That is pretty much given. I mean, I just spoke about some figures. If you see the growth rate in the IT global IT services is about 2.83%, which is not lower than what the global IT spend is. So it's a pretty healthy growth in 2010. Secondly, geographically, also countries like Australia, Korea, Japan are also increasing their spends. So the IT services companies in India, or rather the outsourcing companies in India, need not fear too much for going ahead.
And I would be tempted to ask you one question on Patni. I read your piece in the ET today as well. Do you believe that this is the only way forward for Patni as a company, that somebody has to come in and buy the company, or the company by itself, the current promoters, have to look for a mega acquisition to expand Patni's fortunes going ahead?
Well, I would not put it so drastically, but I think that Patni is at a position where they need to grow bigger. They have reached a place where they're plateauing. They need to grow bigger, and one of the ways out is to either acquire a company or get different skill sets in different geographies, and that's what I perhaps meant in that comment.
Fair enough, Diptarup. Appreciate you giving us those ideas. Many thanks for joining in today and giving us that perspective. That was Gartner, of course, speaking about some bit of recovery coming in next year. Anil, one word on Patni. It has been